All right. So, let's jump back to Cassius, who is heading east, you said, right?
Yes.
That will take you into the warehouse district. And to some measure, there's some trade here as well. Off here, there is a big, like, this is kind of like a, I'm looking for, like a large trade center. There's a lot of people roaming around, like a marketplace of sorts. There's a lot of people walking around, or with like little shops selling wares or little carts that they're selling various things from. You can find a very large variety of things here. It's right near the entrance, so it kind of makes sense that it's there'd be a lot of goods here to exchange.
Okay. There's not really anything here.
Your volume is way low. I don't know what the hell just happened.
Oh, I had to switch microphones. I can.
Oh no, I can bring your volume up. That's fine. I have your volume down kind of low because normally it's. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not really anything in particular that I'm looking for here.
Yeah, and there's nothing really going on here either. So.
Just all kind of mundane stuff.
Mm-hmm. There's some food. There's some random miscellaneous items. A lot of it's kind of like touristy nonsense.
Okay. Well then, I'll just kind of I guess I'll just head back to the inn for now.
Okay.
Because there's not really much going on out here at the moment.
Okay. So Jack, are you going upstairs? Or are you hanging out at the at like the bar at one of the tables when Cassius gets there?
Yeah, I'd be at the bar.
Okay. So does Cassius want to meet up with Jack then, or does Jack prefer to be not disturbed?
I mean, if he's already there, I'll head over to him and see what's going on.
Okay. I'm gonna cut back to the two of you then in just a sec, and then Arius, what are you doing now with your new item?
I don't think I'll be testing it out right away the first day I get it. I think I'd wait for a combat situation.
Damn.
But on the next few days, I'd probably want to see if I can do some research in the library that they have there in the town.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll head back to the tavern. Toss arrows in.
And then Spinks, how about you? Is there anything else you want to do about town, or is this giving you a lot to think about?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna head back. Probably do some thinking.
Okay. So yeah, you all kind of arrive back about the same time. Jack is there a little before everybody, but the rest of you get in kind of like one after another.
Jack. Before I enter, I think I want to tuck my new necklace like in my robe, like make it invisible as possible, not visible, if I can.
Give me a disguise check.
Ooh.
Okay. So yeah, you tuck it pretty well. It seems like really hard to hide though as you're doing it. Like you move it and you swear like you're getting your clothing right, and it's like somehow shifted into a position to be more visible.
Okay.
So you have to put a little bit of effort into trying to keep this from being inside of others.
And I did forget to ask, the necklace, the cure necklace, am I unable to use that now? Is it like
the cure necklace will still function unless you are using your magical powers.
Okay.
So as long as your claws are in,
so I guess I still like wear both of them, and it's like fine for me right now. I guess. Okay. Sounds good.
Unless there's some side effect that does otherwise.
Well, I don't know of any yet, so they will both be on.
All right. Is there anything that the four of you want to discuss?
Well, I mean, I can't really discuss anything with being out in public in this bar area.
Yeah, I didn't find anything going on.
Yeah, not much going on in this town, it looks like.
Do any of you know anything about Lamrian?
Yeah, strange you would mention such a god, but no more than any god, I guess. Why?
I've just heard stuff about him. I didn't know if you had information I didn't already know.
Yeah, don't make any promises to dying Delanry followers.
Well, apparently there's a way to absolve them if they're not too serious, as we found out, right, Jack? I got mine cleared. I didn't have to follow through with it. That's all we really know about the dude, the god.
Huh.
Level 1. But alright.
All right. So, is there anything then through the rest of the day that you guys want to do, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'll.
Yeah, you were gonna sneak back to that warehouse. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of you guys are gonna just kind of pass the day.
At night, like in my, I guess we have separate rooms?
Yeah.
Right? I will try to remove the necklace and detect magic on it if it will let me take it off. I don't know what will happen.
So you'll go to take it off, and as long as you're looking at it, you can hold it in front of you, and you can you can cast detect magic. The magic on it is very weird. So you can spot a bit of transmutation, a bit of evocation, a bit of mutation. Why do I always forget what abjuration is? I think it's abjuration.
Abjuration? Okay.
Yeah, an abjuration.
Do I get like a...
You can give me a spellcraft.
Spell? Oh, okay.
But you're going to need a real high roll here. Okay. So I'll give you pretty as good a description as I think I can about what you're looking at. So you're looking at this necklace, and when you're kind of trying to identify magical properties of things, you're kind of trying to break down like what does the magic look like it's doing in this device as it ebbs and flows throughout it. And so you get kind of close in, and the first thing you notice is that the whatever magic is here is kind of woven very tightly, and it's like wrapped around itself, like tightly braided, and it flows very evenly throughout the thing. And each thing, as it like reaches into some of the deeper pockets of like each of the magics that are in it, seems to kind of like force through the other ones. They all seem to stay very tightly connected. So whatever it is, all three of these magics are probably using. You'd almost think, like, from what you're looking at, a spell that is all three spells at the same time, that is like the three, as if somebody had worked to create a spell that blended the three schools of magic as one spell in and of itself. But that seems bizarre. Like, that's not how magic usually works. Usually, like, you can have magic contained in one thing, but they don't bleed into each other fully. There might be some interplay that works between them, if like an if this then that. But this is like, all of them having one kind of cohesive purpose.
Do I get any, because I'm going to stare at it for the full 3 rounds of Detect Magic, do I get a strength from the aura? Oh,
it is very strong.
Very strong, okay.
You kind of move it back and forth, though, a bit, and you do notice, like, the further you move it away from you, the weaker it gets, and the closer you bring it to yourself, the stronger it gets, but it's still very strong, even without that.
Okay, and I'll try to actually...
Hold on, one other thing, though. One other thing, when you bring it really close to you, you do notice a faint weave of something that looks almost like enchantment magic. But it's not actually, like, what enchantment magic looks like. So the best way I can do to explain what you see in magic is that magic works in lines. There's like very fine strings that are what make up magic, as magic exists in the form of lines that kind of run through the earth. And you're kind of channeling those lines up. So when you make an object that's magical, you're basically taking like bits and pieces of those ley lines and kind of stringing them into the object. And each one has kind of its own distinctive pattern, kind of like looking at Morse code almost, but I guess that's not really, more like looking at have you ever stripped wire before? Like copper wire? And like it can be either coated or not coated. This is like it's got its own coat, but the coat is what it's supposed to be. And each one has kind of its own distinctive look. And you see something that looks like enchantment, but it doesn't, like the detect magic doesn't ping it as magic. Like in the second round, you didn't get enchantment, but you can see that the pattern looks like enchantment.
Okay. And yeah, just lastly, before we switch away from me, can I take it off? Like I put it on my bed or whatever, and it falls on the bed, or does it like reappear?
If you put it on the bed and you stare at it, it will not come off the bed. If you in any way, like you blink or you turn your head, it is back on your neck.
Oh jeez. Okay. Is it back the way I had it, like underneath my robe?
No, it's back to being clearly visible.
Interesting.
Like this, it seems almost as though this thing wants to be displayed.
Okay.
To give a little extra description, by the way, the amulet is silver, and it is silver all the way around until you get to a small bauble that hangs from the end of it, and the bauble looks kind of like a very miniature version of one of your claws.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, with this newfound knowledge, I think I'll have a nice sleep thinking on it.
Okay, we'll come back to your sleep here very soon.
Oh God!
You get dreams now.
Oh man!
Wait, we don't get to dream otherwise?
No, you get to dream, but many dreams are not significant. When you start reaching certain levels of certain things, dreams become more active and more aggressive.
Oh, hooray.
So, Jack, you are making your way over to the warehouse, is that correct?
Yep.
Right, let us pull up some music.
The Pink Panther theme song.
Let's see here. Find it real quick because I didn't give it to. It's an asset of the other campaign. Okay, so you make your way over to that warehouse. Give me a stealth as you start moving over there, because I'm assuming you're not. You're going to try to be as unnoticed as possible. Okay, so you slink your way over there, get to the warehouse, and give me a perception to kind of get a lay of the land. Okay, so there is one entrance that you saw two entrances when you first got here. There's one small door entrance, then the larger set of doored entrance. Actually, before we start this, I apologize. I need to take one more break. Sorry, and then we'll deal with this. We'll be right back. About that, let us continue.
Yeah.
All right. So you, there's the small door, the like regular person door, and then there is the large entryway doors that kind of swing open. They're very large, and you probably couldn't open one of them on your own. Anyway.
Okay. And any like lights or anything coming from it?
There are no lights. There are windows at the top, like on the other warehouse. There are windows up towards the top. There are next to the smaller door. There are some windows there as well. But if you there's no light coming from in there either.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll keep an eye out for a little bit, see if anybody's going in or out, or.
You will give me a perception. Okay. You notice that there is coming from around the alley around back. You notice there is a dwarf wearing a very bright breastplate, like a very well polished breastplate that's reflecting some of the street lights very brightly. And he's carrying on him a actually, what? A little longsword, I think, in this particular case. He's got a longsword at his side. And he is kind of roaming about the area. He's not dressed like the guards that you've seen here. There were a couple of, like, your standard guards, dealing with regular town problems. But he's dressed much differently. This breastplate is far too well kept. And, it looks like it's never seen a day of combat.
Right, but it looks like he's patrolling the dock area?
It does look like he's patrolling this building specifically.
Okay. And it's just, he's going between the doors, or he's, like, going around the entire building, or?
He seems to be doing a circle around the whole building.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I'll watch for a little bit and make sure that that's what he's doing.
Yeah, so you can see he does. He makes a full circle around the building. Takes him roughly 5 minutes to get fully around the building.
Okay.
And you also notice, like, as he's walking by, he jiggles each of the door handles. He jiggles the door handle, and then pulls a bit at the larger doors. Each time that he passes the front.
Okay. And do I know, like, approximately how long it would take me to pick a lock? I got a pretty high disable device.
Depends on the complexity of the lock. It doesn't take you long to try. You could run up there and give it like about a good minute and see if you could get in. And if you couldn't, like, there's enough time for you to then get back and get hidden again.
Yep.
You'd assume.
I'm gonna try then.
Okay.
Shall I roll a disable device? Or?
Yep. Give me a disable device. Okay, that is excellent. So you manage to get it in, and you hear a click, and the door, it's like it unlocked.
Okay, and do I see a way on the other side to, like, lock it?
Hard to tell from the inside, or from the outside.
Alright, I'll sneak in.
Okay, you go to move the door, and it doesn't move. Give me a perception. Give me a... Not quite enough to see it, but you're experienced in this. Sec. Speed. I'll let you give me a disabled device here, but roll it and it'll be at -3 because it's you using your intel. Okay, so that's enough to know you've heard of 2-stage locks that are designed to, like, delay somebody who's trying to break into a lock. You think this could be one of those. You haven't really encountered one yet. But you do know, like, at the moment you're running short on time, so it's probably best if you were to stow away for a minute and let the guard pass.
Y'all retreat back.
Yep, give me another stealth. Okay, very good. Did not land. Okay. He does his next rotation, checking each. He clicks at the door and still feels locked to him, so he continues his walk.
All right. I'm gonna head back up, try and pass by the potential stage 2 of the lock.
Yep. Okay. In this case, you can hear like it won't. You can feel that it won't quite move the way you need it to. You got a little bit of time. You could probably try again. Okay, and then you hear it click again.
All right, I'll try opening it.
And it once again doesn't move.
All right, I'll retreat back.
Okay, give me stealth. Ooh. Night. So you notice for a moment he kind of turns and looks in the direction you are, squints a bit and kind of leans in, and he starts kind of moving towards you.
I mean, I'll look for a way to try and kind of sneak away from.
Okay, give me another stealth check. Move away. Opposite ends of the spectrum on this dice roll. So yeah, you slink back a little bit, and you notice like he gets about halfway across the street here, and he kind of looks and he's like, getting old. Wipes his eyes and his face, turns, goes back, checks the doors, and continues around the building. That was real close.
I mean, I'll stay back here. I'll give him a couple of rotations around the building without making any attempts to kind of...
Okay. You give him a few. He's gonna spot each time. This time you think for a moment that he looks almost dead at you. But then he turns and he checks the doors again and walks around one more time. And it keeps going the next time around. And then you're gonna let him go again?
Yeah, I'm letting him go by one more time.
Again, he kind of like looks over in your direction, then checks the locks again and keeps going.
Alright, so if he's gonna keep doing the same thing, yeah, I'm just gonna head up and try and get past stage 3 then.
Okay. Go for it. Ooh. You can hear the lock make a crunch noise, and you know that this is a bad sound. You like go to pull your tool back out, and it is not moving. Give me a strength check. Or a dex check.
I also got sleight of hand.
This is going to be either strength or dex, because what you're trying to do now is recover your tool without leaving a trace behind. Okay, so you like manage to kind of get it in and then pull it through, but you're pretty sure you just fucked up this lock.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll leave.
Okay. So you head on back. That is rough.
Yep.
Sorry, man. Good try though. You did that. You were doing pretty well there. The next morning, you guys can all wake up. And oh wait, no, we cannot. Just people waking up. We have to jump to some sleepy sleep time for Azorius. Your bed is very comfortable in this nice penthouse style place that you're staying in. So falling asleep isn't quite that difficult. You feel like you're doing pretty well for yourself here. And as you sleep, memories of a place that you hardly remember start to surface. You're waking up to breakfast. It's a cold day. It's been raining for a number of days. You haven't been to school in a while. There have been some developments that they're uncertain about. Your parents are very concerned. You'd gotten into some kind of fight, and in the fight, the teachers had to like pull you off of the student, and all you remember, like as you were being pulled off the student, was this mess on their face of just like blood and mangled flesh. And you were taken back into the classroom, and they sat you down in the chair, and they sent a messenger out to your parents. And since then, you've been stuck here at home, watching the rain, feeling the chill of the evenings, wondering if you'll ever get a chance to go back, kind of wondering what even happened. You're in a small room. You have a little bit of space to yourself here, enough room for like a bed. You have a few toys, and you can wander. Where would you like to go? Or would you like to look at some of your toys?
How old am I guess?
So you want to examine yourself first and get an idea of how old you are in the stream?
Yeah.
Okay. So you look down, your hands are very small. You're probably 6 or 7.
Okay. So it's like my mindset, like I kind of know I'm in a dream, or like I just feel like I'm in that moment and I am this person. Right
You're
now.
in that
Okay.
like hazy part where there's some relative awareness like something is wrong here, but also it feels familiar and okay. But not quite. You don't quite recognize it as being in a dream. You just like you feel like you've like that feeling you get when you immediately when you wake up and you don't realize you've fallen asleep. Like that's a very passing feeling that you have, but you're like very disoriented. You feel like you still exist in a realm that's kind of the dream and kind of the wake. Only in this case it's kind of reversed. Like you feel more like this could be reality and less like it could be false. It's not like reality racing towards you. It's more like it's a different form of the reality. Kind of the reality's already there, and the reality is kind of like slipping away as the dream will go by.
I think I would just look at my surroundings. Do I see any of my toys just sitting out there? If not, I would go.
You have a number of little toys lying about.
I think I would try to look at them or pick one out that catches my eye or something.
Okay, so you walk over and let's see here. Go ahead and give me a perception at your current perception.
Ooh.
Okay, so you have like a little toy dragon that's sitting there on your floor, and you kind of walk over and you pick it up, and as you pick it up, you notice the wings kind of flap, and the head kind of moves from side to side, and it makes a little noise, and then it turns to look at you. Oh, little one. Can be friends. And then you wake up.
I think I'd wake. Am I like in a cold sweat almost, or?
Yep.
So I'm just like, what the hell was that?
Your body is actually like wet enough that you feel like you had stepped outside in the dream, and like it feels like it just rained on you. And as you kind of sit up, you glance and you notice that like your skin for a brief moment looks as if your whole arm suddenly covered in the small patch of scales that like it slowly reverts back to.
So for a moment I look like I'm fully covered in the scales, and then it looks like like after I blink a few times, I'm back to my somewhat blotchy normalness.
Yep.
I'll kind of get up and look over myself. Am I actually wet? Like I'll feel myself. Am I like actually feeling wet, or is it just like the sweat that makes me feel?
No, you're much more wet. Like you've woken up in cold sweats before, but like you are drenched.
Is there a window in my room?
There is a window in your room.
I'll kind of glance out. Is it raining out?
It is not raining out.
It is not raining out. Jeez. Do I have a sense of what time it would be? Or is that, I guess that's kind of hard to tell in a world without clocks.
It's a little before the sun is coming up. And actually there are clocks. You've just never encountered one.
Okay. So it looks like it's almost like dawn, like hitting dawn time.
Yeah, it is just about dawn. You can see the light of the first sun kind of appearing beyond the horizon. You're high enough up, the horizon's pretty visible even over the wall.
So it's too early to like go back to sleep kind of thing.
Yeah, it'd probably be rough to make it back to sleep. You could give it a try, but you'll need to give me a fort save to see if your body will let you.
Okay, I think I'm a bit too freaked out from that quote unquote dream or nightmare. I'll kind of just I guess try to dry my robes off. I guess or whatever else. I don't know if I would be sleeping in my full robes. I guess I would be.
Up to you.
Or some kind of nighttime attire. I think I'd be in a nighttime attire thing.
Okay.
So I'll just like take those off and kind of set them out to dry, and then I'll put on my like normal clothes and kind of head down for see if there's an early breakfast or try to find the park.
Yeah, they've got breakfast. Breakfast is ready to go. So if you want to nab up breakfast, the rest of you can come down and you'll see Arius is there. He's got a finished plate in front of him.
What's going on, guys? Everyone sleep well or?
Yes.
I'm looking kind of tired.
Jack, you have any problems sleeping or?
Yeah, actually, I gotta talk to you guys upstairs when we're done here.
Yeah,
All
I think there's some sharing to be done.
Okay, so you guys head upstairs.
No, I'm eating breakfast first.
Okay, all right. So any breakfast?
I kind of just watch them eat breakfast, and I'll kind of be looking nervously around, just kind of like scratching my head and just kind of being like nervous and.
A perception.
All of us?
No, just you.
Oh, jeez. Ooh.
Okay. You glance over, like you're looking around a little bit nervously, and you glance over, and for a brief second, you see a small dragon sitting on your shoulder. Kind of turns and looks back at you as you look at it.
My eyes kind of go wide, and I'll kind of blink and look a different way, then look back as it's still there.
It's gone. As soon as you blink and you turn away and turn back, it's not there anymore.
I'll kind of get up and just kind of like walk up to my room. I'll see you guys up there. And I'll just kind of walk.
All right.
All right, so the rest of you enjoy breakfast. Is there anything the three of you want to discuss in the meantime?
No, I ain't got anything going on.
Okay. All right, so then you three can head up, and what do you want to talk about up here in the privacy of the room?
All right. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I was trying to look into the sources of their not emeralds but sapphires. So yeah, the mayor was in this really suspicious looking house. What do you guys think? Should we like go in the house? Kind of
We
see
could.
what's
Well, it was
in there?
it was a building, by the way, not a house.
Where was it at?
I mean, I'll point to its general area on the map.
So out of character, I think last session we ended off with you saying it's weird that she paid us in sapphires.
Mhm.
Is this like a cause of like concern? Like, are we like worried why she has sapphires, or we're just kind of like, oh, that's weird. She probably has some
Different
connection
people
with
can,
getting sapphires.
yeah, different people can take it a different way in different ways. It is a large amount of sapphires. Like she has kind of like a disproportionate amount to what most people in this area would have. You would expect this if like they had like a large mine nearby or something like that. But the mountains are still a pretty good distance away. If we look at I'm gonna drag you back to the main map real quick.
Yeah, and she said something about there being plenty of more where that came from too.
Yeah. So if you look at the main map, there's like a 25 mile distance before you even reach the mountains from here. So that's a pretty long journey, and just to casually be moving sapphires across. Maybe somewhere around here there's another mine, but that's not listed on anybody, and nobody really seems to know about it.
Yeah, like essentially, my concern is that I want this info because it may financially benefit us with either the army or with her. So that's why I'm interested in it.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, perhaps the army would be interested in to know where all these sapphires are coming from. Perhaps a tax increase is in order, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Or who knows, like even maybe the regular guys who come here are not on the up and up.
They're pretty up and up. I worked with them. I wouldn't throw that around baselessly, but yeah, I think we should look into where these sapphires are coming from.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting thing that I think that it would benefit us to know.
Out of character, in this, I'm not like super experienced with like the world of all Pathfinder and all that, but dwarves are known for mining and stuff like that, or is that like racist?
So no, I mean here there's some level of truth to there being a natural proclivity for dwarves to be more in the stone working or the mining setting. Like they do enjoy stone over wood. I mean this town is kind of a testament to that. It's above ground, but they still like maintain the whole stone is the most important thing you can use. They have wood palisades around the outside, but it's like the only thing of any significance that you see wood used in. Any other time they're using wood, they're using it as like it's just another color or something to highlight a specific area, or in some way where like stone maybe wouldn't have the bit of give that you need to do what you want, or it would be too heavy to do that. But otherwise, like it's pretty normal for dwarves to be of the stone or mining variety.
So okay, so I'll kind of put forth to the party. Well, Runa is a dwarf. Perhaps there's a dwarven connection in the mountains, or a mine of some sort that they've probably discovered that she's able to get sapphire out of.
Well, I mean that's something that would probably benefit the army to know though.
Yes,
because I mean we don't know of any mines
right.
around here.
That would be
And
definite
yeah,
interest.
if she has like a personal mine for her town, like I mean that's something that would probably warrant an increase in payments,
You
which
think
would
she
benefit
wouldn't?
us too.
We're pretty good relations with her. You don't think she'd? I guess she wouldn't willingly tell us about this if there were such a connection.
I mean, It's
I mean, I guess if she didn't
possible.
voluntarily tell us, why would? I guess there's a reason she doesn't want to tell us about it, right? If it did exist.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing suspicious stuff.
Would I be able
So
to make
I don't think that it's like a legit mine.
would I be
Hmm.
able to make like a knowledge check to determine like how far, like how deep you'd have to go to have? Now I'm gonna screw this up.
Well, that'd be
Sapphires.
that'd be Shexaga's knowledge of geography, though, right?
Geography would work, or I would. So you have actually.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
technically,
mentioned-
Cassius has some ranks in geography as well.
Okay.
So I would give it to you, and Spinks could make a check here.
Yeah, I've got dungeoneering, geography, and nature. So
Yeah, dungeoneering could kind of tie into it as well. But give me the geography first. I guess
Oh.
you can give me the dungeoneering. That's fine. You won't get
I
anything
mean they're
off
both
that.
the same bonus. So
Yeah. Well, they're both relevant here, and they both could give you different results. So Spinks, if you want to give it a shot as well.
I guess.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, like geographically, that's not really enough to know the likely location of a mine, especially with like how little you guys have been out in that area. It's you couldn't be quite sure. You know, somewhere near the mountains, maybe there's some like hilly area somewhere that they've dug into, but there's no like land formations in the area that would lead you to believe it's somewhere specific.
okay.
Yeah. So the mayor went into this building, and then I mean there was very shady people coming and going. I followed a couple of them, but unfortunately didn't lead me to much. But I did see a warehouse getting a strange shipment of something unmarked that interested me. Yeah, I tried to investigate that, but it was too well protected.
Well, I mean, to what end
So-
do you think these shipments are? Just more sapphire, or do you think something more nefarious?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Is it our
I
job
I
to find
sus-
out what this is? Kind of risk, you know?
well, I
We
mean
get caught?
well, like I said earlier, I expect this sort of knowledge to benefit us financially.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's not much to go on. These shady people, like, what do you think Runa could be up to? You think she's just it's some secret sapphire smuggling thing going on, or
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
very
she's not
possible.
really. I mean, she's not really hiding it though. She paid us in full sapphire. She must know that would cause some questions, right? I feel like she may be just hiding the full truth to us, but I don't think there's anything that's our business to stop.
Actually, maybe we should detect magic on these sapphires. Make sure that they are real, or would that be knowledge geography to make sure that they're real?
No, I mean detect magic if they're not. I mean, you would need appraise if you wanted to identify whether or not they were real sapphires, like from a physiological standpoint, like if somebody were trying to pass off another mineral as sapphire, or detect magic to see if somebody's magically altering them.
Okay, so I don't have any way to do that. What?
I can detect magic on them, but again, the group that was here, they're very well known and respected, and they have really good relations with this town and I think the army
Yeah,
as well.
but also they're not us, so I mean she
True.
might be trying to.
That'd be very odd if she was trying to screw over the military in one shipment. I mean, we'd find out eventually, right? But I'll
Yeah, but it
check
could be
them out.
blamed on us if
Hmm.
we bring back fake
True.
sapphires.
All right. I kind of roll up my sleeves and I'll detect magic on the sapphire.
They are not magical.
No magic here, boss. Looks
Alright,
like they're just
and,
plain old sapphires.
we needed somebody to appraise.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really do that.
Yeah, I'm not very
That's someone
skilled with
dead.
looking at gems.
If the character with appraise is dead.
All right. So,
I mean, you are the leader. If you think this is worth looking into, we can do so. I'm worried about moving behind her back, and if we get caught doing anything.
well, so essentially, I want to go into this other building, but I feel I shouldn't do that alone.
I can
So
go with
that's
you.
why. Okay.
So you want to go in the building unknowns to Runa and examine what the shipments are?
No, this is the original building that the mayor's meeting all these people at.
Oh,
Like I don't know what sort of building it is. I couldn't see in. His windows were tinted.
Huh. That's unusual.
So I was thinking we might want to maybe try and figure out some excuse to go and maybe like just straight up knock or try and walk in.
yeah, I think that's a good idea. With more knowledge is more power. And I don't think we can get in trouble for just asking questions and looking around.
Yeah, or I mean, or we could continue trying to see who goes in and out and maybe have some more maybe successfully tell somebody to see them doing something. If we don't want to try and risk going into this building. Or I mean, we could even, if you guys had some sort of ideas on how to find out what this building was without actually knocking on the door or whatever. I can't think of anything though.
I do remember Spinks having some contacts with otherworldly beings. Maybe she can assist here.
Yeah, that might be good.
Assist what?
So we're trying to determine what this suspicious building that the mayor is meeting all these people at. That's not the town hall. Shady figures and whatnot.
What part of town is it in?
I'll point to it on the map.
Like, is that I mean, like, is that like part of the slums or?
No, it's the western part of the town. The southwestern part of the town.
How close is the town?
How close is what? The tavern?
No, the build. About.
It's here.
So it's basically right next to the town hall.
Mm-hmm.
I'd mind.
Bring your sensitivity back the other way, I guess. Cutting you out a little.
Hooray.
Okay.
I may be able. It depends on what the spirits know from.
Alright, well. Hopefully the spirits will be generous with their knowledge today.
How often can you pose questions to the spirits? A day, I guess.
It's once a day, right?
It is once a day.
I can do it about once a day.
I was hoping for a private reading maybe tomorrow. Or a
Suppose.
day we don't do this.
So I could just talk to the spirits that are hanging out around the town hall and see.
Alright. Sounds like we have some plans. Anything you guys wanted to discuss? Or should we just head out and do this right now?
No, there's not a whole lot going on that I saw. They're just getting ready to have some kind of festival or something for this like trade embargo when they show up tomorrow or in 2 days. I think it's 2 days.
No, tomorrow.
Oh, it is tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is day 2.
Yeah, they were just cooking some food out on the street and didn't seem like much of anything worth looking into.
I look to my shoulder. Is there a dragon on it?
Give me perception. Nope, no dragon.
Was he asking that out of character or?
Yes, obviously. In character, after I look at my shoulder and I kind of don't see anything, I'm just like, I think everything's okay. I just had a bit of rough sleep here.
Alright, I guess I'll sense motive.
Yep.
Magical disturbance, I think. Just gave me a bit of some night terrors.
I mean, sounds like he's being pretty accurate here.
Would you like a post bluff?
Go for it, but kind of like a
Just
flat line.
curious.
Alright, let's head out then.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So what is the plan here?
Check Saga, or
And
which
she's
character?
dead. Excuse me.
Wrong hobgoblin. They're not all the same, man.
Sphinx Sara.
And they're both S names, so it's
Yeah.
like,
And they both have Oz on the end of them.
They're very similar.
alright, yeah, Sphinx is gonna talk to some spirits outside the town hall to see if they might know what the mayor's doing.
Okay. So you can make your way up to one of the spirits.
I'll walk up to him and say hello.
Do we just see her talking to like nothing?
She is talking to absolutely nothing.
I'm gonna sense motive. Is she actually talking to spirit?
Sure. No, she is talking to herself.
Mm-hmm.
I guess all of us just look at each other like, is this how it works? Or
Oh, what are you? What brew?
I was wondering if you knew about a building.
What kind of building?
That's what we're interested to know. It's the one, and I point to where it is.
That building. It has long been mostly unused. But, they are of no us. They are no harm to them.
I suppose that's fair. Do you know why people might be using a building if it doesn't seem to have a purpose?
There are many reasons someone might building, communicate, or for their own private needs. But I know not what they do inside.
Oh, alright. Thanks for the information.
Oh, well.
Yours as well, I suppose.
Once more.
I turned back to the others.
Spinks, you didn't happen to stop by a magic shop in town and pick up anything, did you?
A magic shop?
Yeah, I've heard some stories about people talking to things that aren't there. I mean, were you talking to your turtle or what was going on there? I didn't see any spirits or anything. Can we even see them?
No, none of you can see them. Cassius, that definitely seemed like a real conversation.
Oh, I meant on what he was saying to
Oh,
her.
okay.
He was just sounded real
Oh,
suspicious.
give
right
me a
there.
perception to go along with that sense motive. Something
Oh God.
seems a little interesting about that, but yeah, nope.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Never mind. It's probably nothing. But yeah, if you say you get, so what did the spirits tell you?
They said that building is mostly unused aside from the odd times people go into it and out of it. They don't
Yeah.
entirely know what it's for.
Alright, so if it's an abandoned building,
With tinted windows.
Sounds like a good place to do a meeting without being seen or heard.
yeah,
Hmm.
because there was a lot of activity there yesterday.
Hmm.
So maybe we sit back and watch the house a little bit.
Sounds
Well,
good to me.
what do you think we'll see different than what you witnessed?
See if there's anybody you guys recognize.
Hmm.
Then we can kind of get an idea of how frequently people go in and out of the building as well.
Yeah, because also if it's abandoned, uh, we could potentially sneak in and listen to some conversations.
I don't know how sneaky we could all be. How many entrances are there?
Well, we found out from the past that we have a pretty stealthy group here.
Yeah, I'm alright at stealth.
I know, but I'm just saying if there's one way in and one way out, we can't really sneak our way.
Well, if it's abandoned though.
Oh, you mean when no one's in there and then
Yeah.
hide out or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So you guys are going to watch it for a little while and then sneak in, or
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we don't know if there's somebody in there right now.
how long are you going to watch it for?
We'll do it for an hour and then reevaluate if we want to continue or not.
Okay. In an hour, no one comes in or out.
All right. And have we seen the mayor anywhere? Okay. So what do you guys think? Should we try and go in, or
So
should we keep watching?
What would be the plan? We hide ourselves inside and just try to overhear conversations? I mean,
Yeah.
there's no risk of us. You think this place is under lock and key? I guess there's no way but to try. If it's such a secretive place, you think it's just easy to get in there? And
I mean, it's from what I've seen, it's just a regular door.
all right, let's try it out.
Well, okay. So for the front door, like how populated is the street? Is there like constantly people walking by, or
It's very, very loosely populated. There's like a person that walks by maybe every 20 minutes or so.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we'll just wait for a decent opportunity then.
Okay.
Go
up and who's gonna go up and try the door?
That'd be me. I'm going to, I guess look for traps, that sort of thing.
Sure. Perception. Or does it seem to be trapped?
All right. I'm gonna just try and open it, see if it's unlocked.
The door opens.
All right, I'm looking in.
All right, inside, this is kind of a mess of a place. There's a layer of dust all over a large number of things. Some empty crates and broken down pieces of wood lie against the walls. There's nothing else of any note in the room except another door opposite this one.
All right, so you said a lot of dust. What about the floor? Is it like dusty with a bunch of footprints that I see on there?
Ooh, do you have any ranks in survival?
Yes.
Give me a survival check. Okay, so you notice that there are like a soft hint of prints, but there's quite a bit of dust over top of those prints, and they basically head straight to the door on the other side, or vice versa. There doesn't seem to be anything that moves about the room otherwise.
Okay. Like just one set of prints I'm seeing?
Well, there's multiple sets of prints, but they're
so,
layered, so it's a little hard to tell how many.
Okay, so it would not look suspicious for me to leave my own prints in the dust?
No, not as long as you don't wander off the main pathway.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna listen at the door.
Okay. Give me a perception. You lean in to listen to the door, and you hear, "Do you know the word?"
I'll leave.
Okay.
I don't think there's... I've definitely not heard any word.
Okay. Alright, you head back out to the rest of them?
Yeah.
Seems like you got in there easy enough. What happened?
Well, it's either some sort of like secret society or secret clubhouse or thieves guild or something. They were asking me for some sort of password. I have no idea what that could be.
Huh.
I assume I didn't recognize the voice.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So where do we go from here? Are we gonna drop it, or because the trade is tomorrow, and that's when we pretty much start heading back after that? I don't know how much time we have to spend on this.
Anybody have any idea on how we could find this password?
Was there any place you could hide yourself in the main room to listen for someone to go in next, or is it a big empty spot?
So the thing is that it's extremely dusty, and so anyone looking, it would be really obvious if anybody had gone off the main path from one door to the other. I have like some skill in hiding my tracks, but mainly in the plains, like not so much in this sort of city environment.
I have a spell that creates minor illusions. Perhaps I can assist with your track covering and place imaginary dust on the floor. So that
How long would that last?
I believe it's only an hour.
Actually, the dust that you create, you can move the dust about, so you can even things out. But if you even out his tracks, you're going to even out all the tracks.
Well, I would assume the tracks that, because what I'm assuming is he would walk off the path that's non-dust, like he would create his own set of tracks, and I could cover those tracks with his like with his like ability. I could make it so that it would look like there's no tracks there at all.
Yeah,
Like,
that could work.
So the spell I have works for an hour, but I could recast it and overlap it perhaps, and to the quick glance, it wouldn't appear anything.
Well, no, because again, so I think you're talking about prestidigitation, correct?
Yeah.
So prestidigitation doesn't make the dust like disappear per se. It's kind of like having an illusory like brush that would like clean things up and move dust around. So you can like push dust on top of other dust or add a little bit of dust.
Well, my
and the
idea was
effects
to put
stay
the dust
that way.
back.
Right, yeah,
It's like
that's
the
exactly
dust
what it would do.
mound.
So he would like step
Okay.
across it, and you would have something that's like brushing the dust back into place over top of where his
Right.
footprints were.
Okay, yeah. That's what I would want to do.
Okay, so I mean, there was like crates and stuff. Was that something that I could potentially hide behind?
Give me a I'll let you give me a retroactive perception to decide like how well you think you'd be able to hide behind them.
Hide behind. Why not hide in?
Do you think you might be able to?
But do you think you're going to
Wait,
be on
I
guard?
didn't roll.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought that was the 15. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you have that 15 anyway, since I already answered
Alright.
it. So you think you can?
So I was having trouble finding it on my character sheet for some reason.
But do you think they'll be on guard now? You said they asked for a word, and what did you say? It's left? Do
Yeah.
you think they'll find it odd if someone was in there? They might be searching the place now.
I mean, they, No, I mean, I imagine that, it's not uncommon for there to be, like, somebody homeless or whatever walking around through abandoned buildings. The door itself was just straight up unlocked. Like, I mean, anybody could have went in there.
All right. Well, I don't think they'll put us to death if they did find us in there just sitting around. So I'm okay with it. You want to try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay. Give me a stealth check, Jack. Okay. So you get yourself pretty well hidden. And Arius, you cast Prestidigitation, and you clean up the path behind. And Jack, give me a quick a quick perception, and then a survival. Okay, and you feel like your tracks are pretty well hidden. And so Arius, you can. What do you want to do? Do you want to go all the way in to the and check out the door, or do you want to just leave?
So wait, what's the situation right now? Jack is hidden alone, and I was kind of at the door, and I just covered his tracks, and now
Yes.
So I guess we would have discussed beforehand. So I guess this is like a retroactive discussion, but we would
Sure.
have said like, so what's the plan? So do you want us to all hide with you, Jack, or you're gonna hide alone and we'll wait outside?
Well, yeah, so I'm just gonna hide alone to see if I can overhear a password.
Well, okay. So my knowledge of prestidigitation, it lasting an hour, would the dust reveal his tracks after an hour? Or would
No,
it
because
kinda...
again, you're actually
I
moving the
dusted it
dust.
back.
You're physically moving the dust. Just you're not
Okay, so
touching it.
okay, so I'll do that, and I guess we'll discuss like if you need help, make a whistle or something, and we'll come running. But other than that, we'll wait.
Essentially, I can just come back out, and then you could go re-hide the tracks.
Yeah, I just mean like while you're hiding, if something happens, like you're in trouble.
Well, I mean, I figured I would just run, but
Okay, all right, so we'll do that. And
I'm skilled in that, I think.
All right, so the rest of us will hide at a distance away, I guess, and just watch, see what happens.
All right, so you are hidden. Let's see. How long are you going to wait for?
Well, like usual, I'll give it an hour and then decide whether I want to continue or not.
An hour later, no one comes through.
Yeah, I'll give it another hour.
Still no one.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Okay. Still no one.
Cassius, how long should we wait out here? Do you think you fell asleep in there?
I hope not. What time is it outside of here?
It's been about 3 hours at this point that you've been out here.
So is it like midday then, or?
It's closing in on midday. Yeah.
Okay. I hope
Sphinx,
not.
you can't just ask one of your spirits what the password is. Does it work like that?
Not unless there's spirit in the building that overheard.
What about your fortune telling? Can you predict how long it'll take Jack to find this out, or because I don't know how long we got to spend all day here.
not entire.
What about a general prediction like, will Jack see success waiting in that building and then succeed in his goals, maybe? Would that work?
That I
Is that a question you wish to ask?
It is a question that I suppose I would ask.
Do you want highs or rolls? Or highs or lows?
I want lows.
And roll me a d100.
Ooh.
Did you wanted lows?
Yep.
Excellent. So you get that. Hold on. That he will find success. But at an unknown cost.
That last part seems a bit ominous.
What did the spirits tell you?
He'll find success. There's some unknown cost.
Unknown cost. That's pretty
At the
ominous.
cost of all my friends' lives.
Excuse me.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not his friend since I've known him all of about 2 days.
Well, not sure to take that good or bad. What do you guys think? Should we give him some more time and then see what happens?
I mean, I don't mind waiting.
A
little
figure
longer.
starts to walk past you and makes its way into the door.
I'm not.
Jack, give me a perception.
Guess
We all
that's
saw
another
this, right?
question.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, someone's going in, guys. Let's see what happens.
They lean into the door. The door whispers to them. They whisper back. Jack, what languages do you speak?
I speak common.
Okay.
Awesome.
They whisper a word that doesn't make sense to you to the door. And the door opens. They step through. Door closes behind them.
This seems like a Bruce Campbell and Army of Darkness moment time.
I will give you a linguistics check to say the word properly.
I'm doing it.
Okay,
Oh,
give me a
shit.
linguistics. I gotta beat DC 10. Alright, you did it.
Ooh.
So you walk up, you say the word, door opens, and some words are spoken to you as you pass through. You have no idea what any of those words mean.
All right.
The room in here is very, very dark. You have dark vision.
Let's see. What am I? Nope.
Okay. There, you can only see like maybe about 20 feet ahead of you and not very clearly. You can't make out anything, any like details of people unless you get very close to them. It is...
So okay, so are the people like wearing like specific like cult stuff, or
No, just
do they look
various
like
different
cult-
different
Okay.
outfits.
And are they all dwarves, or are there dwarves and humans, or?
There's a good mix. There's some dwarves, some humans, and the occasional gnome in here.
Okay. And are they just talking to each other in this language, or?
Yeah, the only words being exchanged here in whatever this language is.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look around.
Give me a perception. Okay, so you're roaming about. One of the things you do come across on one of the walls. Give me 1 sec, I have to. This looks like. In my other notes that never scanned. You see a long. You see an etching into the wall of a long, twisted staff, and at the top there is there's something that seems to be covering over something. You can see somebody has drawn a faint bit of light trying to escape from the cover. Give me a untrained knowledge religion at a -5. Yeah, so you're not aware of what this is.
Okay, and you said this was a painting or an engraving
It's
or what?
it's etched into the wall.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I'll make my way out.
Okay.
Back to the party.
As you're leaving, they say something to you, and I'm gonna need you to make a will save.
Let's see, where's my will at? There it goes.
Okay. For a brief moment, you hear in a language you don't understand, but but you understand what they mean. As it pings across your head, it is coin for your thoughts. But nothing else happens besides that. You can feel something press against your mind for a moment, but nothing happens.
Okay.
You may you may choose to fail if you wish at this point.
I could tell what they said, huh?
A coin for your thoughts.
Yeah, I'll choose to fail.
Okay. When you do that, you hear the question ask, "Tell me a secret. Tell me a secret. Tell me a secret."
Alright. I mean, this is will, so I assume I have to, right?
If you choose to fail, you will tell them a secret, but it can be your choice of secret.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Probably something like I'm on the run from Dragon's Cove.
5 silvers enter the palm of your hand as you step out the door.
Alright.
You don't remember anything about being on the run from Dragon's Cove anymore.
Oh man. That's probably not good.
Oh shit.
And the door closes behind you.
It literally was coin for your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, yeah, I'll say, okay, I'll let you guys know in a moment what happened, but, we need to erase that trail from the, I did get in. So we need to erase that trail from where I was hiding.
Oh. Okay. So we'll go do the same thing, I guess.
Okay.
I'll nudge Cassius, like, I told you he was fine. This guy was worried about you.
Okay,
I know.
So yeah. So this was the password. I'll let them know the password.
Okay, give me another linguistics check to see if you say it correctly.
Clato Nectra. Let's see.
Ooh.
Check people's character sheets to see if they would know what this language is.
Hey, I know what common is.
Is that all anybody but Sphinx knows?
Hey man, I'm a human with 10 intelligence. I
Same.
don't know nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost.
You at this point have butchered it. It's been so long since you had to say it, and after that like weird mind thing that happened, you don't quite get it out right. Sphinx, you think it sounds like some of the tones sound familiar-ish, but not enough, so you can't quite get what was being said.
What the heck was that, Jack? Can you speak in
Are you
common?
sure
or-
that's a word?
I mean, I didn't know the language that they were speaking.
That explains it.
Out of character, have we heard Dwarven? Would we have any idea if it sounded a little bit like Dwarven at all, or?
So you guys have heard Dwarven about the town. It sounds a little more.
So the
in,
sound he
in
made
nature.
definitely not sound anything like.
No,
Dwarven.
the sound he made it had a little bit more like hissing and harsh tones, but not in the same way. It's the words kind of flow a lot better than they would in Dwarven. Dwarven often sounds like somebody is very like frustrated with a person. These words sound more like a blend of a couple of languages that maybe you guys have heard, but from what he's expressed, like it could mean it could be anything.
Okay.
Sit behind a crate so I know what the stupid word is.
And I'll describe the engraving.
Okay.
In case anybody else might know.
Does anybody
what
have
that
ranks in
means.
knowledge religion?
No.
No.
So nobody's gonna have any idea. Like, seeing it is one thing, having it described to you is a little bit more difficult. I know I described it, but I was giving you the ability to check because you were physically looking at it.
Yeah, so I guess that's a symbol of their cult. There was a lot of dwarves, humans. As I was leaving, someone did speak telepathically in common to me.
Well, you were sure it wasn't.
Okay.
You were sure it wasn't common. You were just suddenly sure that you understood what they were implying.
Okay. And, like, I don't remember the secret, or I don't remember them asking.
You don't remember the
For a
secret. You remember them asking for a secret, but you have no idea what secret you shared.
Okay, and yeah, they telepathically asked me for a secret.
What did you
And
say?
attempting to blend in. I answered them, but I don't remember what I answered.
You don't remember what you answered?
No, I don't.
Yeah, okay.
He's
I
telling the
believe
truth.
you.
I love your
Well,
sex
true.
motive.
Clearly, you were under some sort of magical effect. Hopefully, they didn't scramble anything else up there. You know who I am, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that kind of puts us at a roadblock here.
Yeah, I was really hoping that one of you guys might know this language. Or know, like, what sort of cult it is.
I don't think we have any enough information around this area to know anything really. I mean, did anyone
But,
notice
I-
anything in there besides this engraving? And
I mean, there was a lot of people, mix of humans and dwarves.
a lot of people. It's strange. We didn't see many people come in or out. And I believe the spirits conveyed that it's rarely used, so they didn't see many people entering. There might be another way in. people come in without spirits noticing, I guess.
Maybe it teleported me or something like that. Maybe it's not. So the entire area was also extremely dark. So I don't know if I would have noticed if like I was, I don't know, like walking through into somewhere that wasn't the building. I mean, if it's, cause yeah, I definitely saw multiple humans and dwarves. Did I see any other races?
There were a couple of gnomes.
Okay, yeah, and some gnomes too.
I don't suppose you could recognize any of these people enough to.
Nobody I recognized. No.
I
And
mean,
they
if you were
were.
to see them again. Any distinguishing? I don't know how closely you looked at everyone.
I mean, like, I definitely know at least 3 different members of this cult. From following them yesterday, the mayor, and then the dude with the fancy rings, and then the poorer dude. Those guys I'd recognize. It was too dark in there. So I had to get like real close. I didn't want to be super suspicious, so I didn't try and, actually talk to them. They were all speaking that weird language.
Well, we could try and probe the mayor for some information nonchalantly. Maybe she might give away something by accident, but I don't think she doesn't seem like the type that would do.
I mean, so my guess would be that it's some sort of cult that buys and sells secrets. That might be how the mayor found out about like this mine or whatever, is if it's a secret that she bought.
So you think all the people in there sold secrets to get in? What do they gain out of it? It's very strange.
Well, that's why I'm guessing that maybe you could buy secrets from other people. Because they, like I said, they paid me for a secret.
Well, hopefully you didn't tell the secret that you were there spying on them.
No, I know that that's what I was doing, so I don't think. Like, Steve, so is there like a blank area in my mind when I try and remember?
Yeah, so like you go to remember what it was that you had told them, and it's just there's like nothing there.
Okay.
And you like you could try to probe for a while, but there's just nothing that's gonna come up. Like it's like somebody hit you in the back of the head like the moment you got asked the question, and then you just came to after you had expressed what it was you wanted to give away.
Yeah, so it feels like essentially it was like deleted from my mind.
Yes.
Like it's okay. Yeah, so it feels like there's something missing. So I think that if I can remember these other secrets, I don't think that that's the secret.
Well, if you just tell us all your other secrets, then we can determine which ones they're not.
No.
Well, I don't see a way to progress this mystery without finding one of these members and learning something more about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's that library in town, right? Maybe we could try to research that symbol, or maybe look at languages, see if there's something that might sound like what we're looking for.
That could work. I have need of looking up some things myself while we're there.
Yeah, you had mentioned it in our meeting earlier, right?
Yeah.
Isn't the library at the town hall where the mayor's at?
Is
Yeah, I mean we're not worried that the mayor. Well, okay. So what you're saying is that the mayor might have made sure that there wasn't any of these cult books in there.
I mean, we can
Is that what
always
you're saying?
check, but I'm not confident that we'll find much there.
She also they might also be keeping a tab on what we're looking up. Might draw suspicion.
Well,
Maybe
I mean,
be more
I'm-
forward
I'm
with the mayor. Just tell her we were doing surveillance because we were paranoid about the meeting coming up. We just want to make sure everything was okay.
well,
We
what?
noticed this strange place.
I mean, what if this is some sort of like evil mind flayer cult? Like they're trying to steal our knowledge to eat. I don't know.
Jeez, I thought
So,
Sphinx was the one
so-
talking to spirits.
I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't look. I'm just saying that I'm not confident we'll find a whole lot of information, or at least a whole lot of accurate information there.
Well,
it-
so I mean, do you have any potential leads or something that you can think of that? Because I mean, just straight up talking to the mayor, that's a bad idea when we don't know what's going on. Like we don't know
True.
if the mayor can be trusted. Like I'm not gonna just
True.
go, hey, we found your secret cult, mayor. What
This is why
Tell
you're
us
the leader,
about it.
Jack.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with this town, unfortunately. So I don't really have too many contacts here.
You don't typically walk into dark, creepy-looking rooms that require a password to get in there, and then immediately go to one of the members later on and ask them, like, "Hey, what was going on in there? What was the deal?"
Another option is to wait till someone leaves and maybe interrogate them, but I don't know how much in trouble we'll get for some good old kidnapping, breaking some fingers, finding out.
Yeah, I mean, we could try that.
Are we scared about any repercussions?
Yeah. I mean, it might be best to see if our research can pull up anything before we resort to that sort of thing, but
Yeah.
So this is
because
just like a
I mean,
residential area,
research
or-
is probably less of a risk. Especially because I'm kind of stealthy. Got
Well, perhaps
some sleight of hand here.
we do our research first. That fails. We on our last day here, we disguise ourselves with masks or something, and then interrogate this person, find it out, and then hightail it out of the town.
Well, I mean, unless we got something else to do later tonight, I mean, we could watch for people then too. There was a lot of people in there.
I know. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to interrogate anyone until we were leaving, just in case they do recognize us. At least we'll be out of here. We could try to identify our target, is what you're saying, beforehand. Identify someone and memorize their looks.
Yeah, like maybe find their house.
Yeah.
And there's not like a lot of other buildings around here that have people coming in and out of them at all, or
Actually, the dude with the rings, I do know. I did follow him to his house, right?
You
Or
did.
was that the port?
Well, you followed him to. No, you followed. Hold on, I'm trying to. No, you followed the one dude to his house, and you followed the other person to. You eventually found the other person at his warehouse.
Okay, so I do have some ideas as to where some members are.
Yeah.
From where I followed them yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright. Well, I suggest one or two, probably two of us go in, not all four of us, so they're not looking for a band of four. And we interrogate them as two. Disguise ourselves, wear some sort of masks or something, find out what we can, and then.
Yeah,
Whatever
well,
we do.
let's try this research plan first, and then
Yeah.
we'll see if we need to do something like this.
Okay.
sounds good.
So you guys can do some research.
Are we gonna research the symbol and the language then, or?
Yeah, well, those were the two things that I would recommend. I
How
mean,
would you
know,
research a sound? Like, you know the sound of it. But that's all
well,
you know.
yeah. So I mean, there's all the like the languages they make different like sounds. So I gave an example of the type of way that this language sounds. So like
So what I'm gonna do here, and this is one of the skills that I do kind of wish existed in Pathfinder that didn't get ported over from anything else. Research is a really useful skill, but it doesn't really exist in any form as it stands now. So what I'm gonna do here, I think, for it is, so you guys can pretty well know. Hold on a second. Stop that. Stop it. Now, you can pretty well know that the don't claw up the furniture, please. He's right back at it. Hold on a sec. Stop.
Why would you claw the furniture when there's all those delicious headset cords?
I know, right? Like cords aplenty for her to eat. But throw a pillow in her general direction. I understand the couch is new and you're confused. Anyway, so what I'm going to do here is, you guys know that this is relatively knowledge religion based or potentially knowledge local. So if you have either of those, you can roll with them, or choose one of them and simply roll it. And what I'll do is I'll allow it to act as if each of you is assisting whoever gets the highest roll, and you'll get an additional +2 because you're in a library.
Okay. So
Okay, we can roll these without ranks?
Yes. You have access to a library, so you can roll certain things without ranks.
Alright, and we can do either knowledge religion or knowledge local, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay.
What the heck? Why am I rolling so terribly?
What do we end up with?
Oof. I don't know anything about this thing.
Oh man, these are not even assist numbers, guys. Come on. So 13 is the high, so 15.
Well, hold on. Would we take 20 here? We take some time. We do.
You cannot take 20 here. So what you're doing? So first of all, to take 20 means you'd have to pour through every book in the library.
True.
You guys are going to be here for at least a few months to do that. So you can only kind of take the time to look through what you can find related to what you think it might be about. And that's kind of what this symbolizes. Like Cassius, Sphinx, or I guess Sphinx doesn't really need a book, but she grabs a book. Both of them kind of focus on like stuff that's around the town. And then Jack and Arius, you guys kind of pull books on religion off the wall and kind of like you're going through it. And Arius, like, you don't realize the book that you've pulled off the wall until like it's too late, and you're like, this is like baby's first book to religions.
I'm even like holding it upside down. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
It actually turns out to be more philosophical. Like, what is religion? How do we believe in religion?
No, man, he's pulling a Resix and is tasting the book to gain its knowledge.
But on a relatively 15, unfortunately, there's no knowledge to be gained about this. You can try again, but it's at a progressive -1 penalty each time you try.
I mean, I feel that I'm fine trying again. This is...
Alright, I'm
Yep.
trying.
Go for it.
I'll grab another religious book.
Yep.
Not gonna get a much better roll than I had.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. Well, Jack's gonna try to carry the party with this 20. You find a book that does kind of lead you in a better direction. It's a book that basically has all the religions pretty well laid out, and there's something about the symbol that is similar to the symbol of Thoth. But it's not the symbol of Thoth. Like, Thoth's symbol has a staff in it, but there's no reference to light, or there's definitely not like a bag covering up the light or some other cloth covering up the light, and it's definitely not twisted.
All right.
Kind of frustrated, I'll shove my book back on, and then I'll go to Chuck and say, kind of crack my knuckles and be like, "My way now, or what? I can't find anything in here."
Well, I mean, I think we can give it one more attempt because, like, look at this thought symbol. It's very similar. If maybe we can look at offshoots of the religion, or maybe other things related to Thoth, maybe we can find, because essentially we're looking for this staff but twisted, you know.
Hey, Mike, hold on. The cat just bit her tail.
Jeez.
Yeah, she's been trying to attack her tail.
Okay, I think let's take a quick break. I'm gonna try to calm down the cat because this is making me a little nervous. But we've got extra time tonight, so if none of you guys have anything important tomorrow morning.
No.
All right, so let's take about 5 minutes and then we'll be back.
All right.
All right.